are
This
not
conference
waiting
will now be
to jump
recorded.
in. All right, we are starting our recording. And like I said, we have so much to cover today. We're not going to waste any time. So moving forward, those that jump in late will have to realize they got to come in early. We only have 2 hours till kickoff. That means I have to cover all of the NFL, every single game, lay out the game plan, give you all of the Major League Baseball that we'll be working on today. And while things are coming on, share those as I'm betting. So there's a lot to do. And of course, answer all your questions about any matchup, about anything you have, anything you want to ask. This is what you pay for. I'm here for you. I work for you. Real quickly, like we always do, you can't move forward until you look back. Let's check our results. Like I said, we don't really like to look over short-term span because there's just so much randomness involved. Like I said, the last 3 days, sure, we're up. That's what it says. But what does that mean? Absolutely nothing. Just like the last 7 days. Okay, we're up with about a 4% ROI. Doesn't mean much. What we need to do is zoom out a little bit. And still, over the last 30 days, we haven't caught up just yet. Still down 10 full positions. That's 40 units, but we only bet a quarter. So that's 10 positions. We were about 15 or 18 positions last week. So we won that many back. In fact, over the last 7 days, just so we can keep score, yes, we've picked up about 8 units. And yesterday just didn't, I like the bets we placed. I like the positions we took. I like how it was handled. It just, a couple bounces could have went our way. It's going to happen during the season, but I like what I was seeing from the college football. But what matters more than anything else, where are we since January 1st? Meaning, if you chose to invest your money with a source of information that you believe is plus EV, what has that produced for you? Bottom line, numbers don't lie. I'm now at 170.67 units. We tipped a wager, so we'll round that off to 170 units ahead. Like I said, we're like plus 155, near 160 range. So we are moving in the right direction. More importantly, I saw capitulation, and that's what you need. You need it in the stock market. You need it in the sports betting market. When bettors start to think like, I can't take any more, there's just too much pain. And I see that via subscriptions. That's how I can tell that there's capitulation. It's almost how you can see when trading crypto by YouTube views. I was doing that when I was trading. When you saw the interest in crypto, that's when you saw Bitcoin price rise and rise and rise, and where it got up to that high of 69, almost 70,000. The views were insane. As the drop started coming and Bitcoin started dropping, you saw the views start to drop. Well, when Bitcoin hit that $15,000 bottom a little while back, that was capitulation for a lot of traders, a lot of investors. They said, I can't take no more. They just dumped any crypto they had. They said, let me take what I can and just, this isn't for me. And what happens, of course, when you sell out the bottom, you look back and it rises back up. And now, it's sitting at 25,000. Again, I personally think it's going to hit that 15 again. That's another story. But what I mean is I saw capitulation here where some subscribers just, again, if you didn't manage risk correctly, I understand it. If you just started when the cold streak began, I understand it. But the only thing I want to add is that that's part of the journey. Until you're able to overcome that negative run, unfortunately, you're not going to ever be able to taste the positive side of it. Because again, you could have started on January 1st and yeah, you'd be up, but you still would have lost over those last 6 weeks. And how did you handle that? Would you have chased? Would you have overbet? Would you have mismanaged risk? Or would you have done it correctly to where you're just not sweating? Because again, if you're not overbetting, you're never sweating. And like I said, my goal is the same. It's been the same since my first day of Wager Talk. And that's to turn a profit year after year for myself and for anyone that uses my information and manages risk correctly. And so far, the numbers don't lie. Done that 7 out of the last 8 years. And more importantly, for this year, we sit at number 1 in profit. That's correct. There's not another capper since January 1st that's made more money, turned a bigger profit than we have. That's just the facts, even with the last, 6 weeks. So let's do the math because we bet size correctly. We bet 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1%, 1.25 of our bankroll. Just check my Twitter at Greek_gambler. I broke it down very simply. I even showed where we are year to date. You have a $10,000 bankroll. We're betting 25, 50, 75, 100, and 125. That's correct. You're never bet more than 125. So with a $10,000 bankroll, you're betting $25 units. So what have you made off that $10,000 bankroll? 25 times 170 is up $4,250, up 42% on your initial capital from January 1st. Again, I wish it was up to 60% like we were 8 weeks ago, but 40% ROI on the capital, again, if I can do that every single year and double my money every even 3 years, you're outperforming most, if not all, available investments out there. That's just the truth. Anyone that invests money understands that. But enough about that. Again, we're moving back in the right direction. That is exactly what I wanted to see. We needed to reach capitulation where it feels like rock bottom. This is a scam. This is bullshit. All we do is lose. I understand it. It's emotional. We're betting real money, our own money. I've been there with you. I explained the story. It happened to me with equities and crypto. So I get it. But you got to be truthful to yourself. And at the end of the day, when you zoom out, the numbers don't lie. As of September 17th, 2023, from January 1st till today, if you manage your risk correctly, exactly like I've urged, you're up 42% on your capital. You started with 20,000, you're up 8,000. You started with 100,000, you're up, what are we up? 40%? Yeah, you're at 42%. You started with 100 grand, you're up 42,000 for the year. Again, that's just the math. Started with $1 million, you're up 400,000. That's just, it's all relative. Again, numbers, it becomes, bet size becomes relative. But if you only started with a $100 bankroll, then you're only up $43. That's what it breaks down to. But I'm proud of that. I really am. As tough as the last 8 weeks are, I am so proud that we are at that point and that we still have half of September, October, November, and December to do some damage. And speaking of damage, let's get into it right away. Yes, Ernesto, you don't sweat because you don't overbet. You started July 13th. You've been following for years. I appreciate the support. Please, 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 Ernesto, just do the right thing. Keep doing what you're doing. Here's what's going to happen. In another week, 2, in October, we'll go on a hot streak. You're going to see your units get to where they were. Then we're going to chop, chop, chop. We may go cold for 10 days. Then boom, we're going to get hot again. And a lot of people are going to miss it. Like they say in the stock market, if you missed the best 10 days of the last 5 years, you pretty much made no money. That's factual. Like all the money's made during a couple of sessions where you're absolutely on fire. For us with sports betting, those sessions may be a season, may be a stretch like a couple weeks, a month, but that's what usually happens. I wish it was like we just cash 5.5 out of every 10 bets and we just keep repeating that over and over and over, 55%, and we just become rich doing that. But unfortunately, that's just not how the math plays out. It usually plays out more like this. So it makes it very difficult because emotionally, you have to get through those lows. And it's the hardest to buy when you're at the low. It's like, sure, everybody looks back and says, fuck, I should have bought Bitcoin when it dropped to 15,000. Now it's at 25. I would have made 10,000 per coin just in a couple months. That's great. But when it was at 15,000 and everyone was talking about it going to 5 and that it's over, crypto's done, it's so hard to walk to the window for us to log into your account and buy when everyone's telling you it's the wrong thing to do. Even your emotions are telling you, because this makes you emotional. We're betting real money. So I understand that. So what you need to do is be a trader, become a trader, and separate yourself from the emotion. That's where the robotics come in. That's why I continue to say, before the football season started, we kept doing those exercises. It sounded funny, but it is just like a fighter. They're doing the same combinations over and over and over and over and over in practice, so that when they get into the fight, it's just like breathing. They don't have to think about doing it. Their body just does it. Their mind just does it. And that's the same with sports betting. You need to become a trader where you separate yourself from the excitement of gambling, from the ride of seeing your game play out and winning. I get it. All that is fun. We should enjoy that. But we also need to understand we're investing real money. And anyone in this room, I believe, has the same goal I do. So please follow. Forget all the nonsense out there. Let them talk shit. Let them brag about their hot weeks, about their hot 5 days, about their hot season, about how they're doing on 3% plays, on 5% plays. Ignore the noise. Ignore the noise and just ask the simple question. What are you up in 2023? If I was betting with you since January 1st, what am I up? I don't care about the last 5 days. Don't tell me about your 4% fucking plays. Tell me about since January 1st, if I followed you, what have I done? And how about the last 2 years? What about the last 5 years? Because I know you've been selling for 5 years. So what if I trusted you for 5 years? Where am I at right now? I had $100,000 in 2019. I signed up with you. I started betting. Where am I today? Tell me. Very few paid cappers are going to answer that question. Very few are going to answer that question. Both of us right now know what the answer to that question is. 99 out of 100 are going to have negative lifetime earnings. You're in this room because you're doing it the right way. You want to do it the right way. You're going to be faced with so many demons along the way. You will be tempted to do the wrong thing. You will want to chase. You will feel like this is a lock and I could bet more. All those feelings, emotions are there to stop you from reaching your ultimate goal. You need to push that aside. That's noise. That's noise. We focus on the goal. We have one goal, one job. We place good bets. We know what's going to happen is going to happen. Look at the judge last night on the Shevchenko 5th round. They score at 10-8. It becomes a draw instead of a win for a lot of bettors or a loss for a lot of bettors. That's uncontrollable by us. What is controllable is, when did you place that Grasso bet? When did you place that Shevchenko bet? What did you get? Any closing line value? Was it a good bet? That's how we look at it. So again, please, I understand this last week has been good, but prior to this last week, we've had a tough 6-week stretch. I commend you for surviving it, for overcoming it. Probably made a couple mistakes, myself included. I've made some mistakes, probably could have lost a little bit less, and we always learn as we go forward and become better at it. But with that said, please, 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 don't take your eye off the prize. Even when we start winning, don't try to say, okay, now we're hot again, I'm going to start increasing and get it back quicker. Let it play out. Where are you going? January 1st, 2024 is going to be here. Are you not going to bet anymore? Are you not going to bet next March, next April, next June, next football season? Will you not be betting? Of course you will. So why do you need to get it today? Just let it play out. Keep doing the same thing. Just like anyone that's become successful in life, what do they say? Put your head down, keep putting in the work. One day you're going to look up and you're going to either have some success or some financial success, because that's all it takes. Just do the right thing. I promise you, the information's there. And speaking of information, we're going to get to that because I have so much to cover. Let me answer a question from Mr. Mike real quickly. Yes. Exactly. It would be a quarter of what Wager Talk is saying. Where's the relevance in that? Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, you're saying it's a quarter of the 170 units? Like, if that's managing risk. That's good with me. I don't understand. Like, again, if you're comparing it, just trying to compare it with what other cappers are doing, if they're actually betting 5% on their plays or 4% on their plays, good luck to whoever's following them. Nobody's winning. That I could promise you. There's not a single bettor on the planet betting 4% and 5% on, unless they're betting one game a month, that's winning. It's not possible. Nobody's doing it. Let me show you real quickly how betting syndicates that actually move these lines make money that the books keep kicking out. Let me show you the kind of bets these guys place. I'm going to show you real quickly one account. This is what a Saturday looks like for a winning bettor. It isn't bet these 3 plays and then I go 2-1 and I get to brag about it on Twitter tomorrow so I could sell you another package, even though I'm down for the year. That's the bullshit that we are here to avoid. But let me show you. This is going to be fun for all of us. This is what a Saturday looks like if you work with a betting syndicate. All right. And this account actually is one of the best. They've crushed it, destroyed it. That's why they're actually limited to $200. I could only bet $200 through this account. We actually lost in it yesterday. But check this out. Watch this. Can you see my screen? You see those bets? That's one day. That's a Saturday. That's my Saturday. That's me on a Saturday. That's what it looks like. That's what moving steam looks like in one simple account. That's it, one account. And most of that stuff is so time sensitive you can't even use it. That's what it takes to win. Just so you see, this is how betting syndicates win. They place a shitload of plus EV bets. They wait for the dust to settle, and they win year after year after year after year, knowing that you're going to have losing days. Look, they placed all this and lost 600. I lost $600. I'm fine with that. I'm up so much in this account that I'm limited to $200, and I still use it because it's that hard to get money down when you win, that I'm willing to take a $200 account because you can't move money these days when you win. Nobody wants to take it. I promise you, the information's there. What you need to do is bet size correctly. Now, I can't control your bankroll. Like if this isn't enough for you and you need to win 20,000 a week, then you need $1 million bankroll. Your problem, you need to get that part settled. I could help you with this part. Like I'll turn 40% in 9 months on your capital, but bring the capital, brother. Bring the $1 million and I'll make you 400,000 on it in 9 months like we just did. It's a lot of fucking money. But do you have the $1 million to make it? Or do you want to make it off the $800? Are you going to make that $1 million off that $800 account? It's not fucking happening. It's not happening. What you need to do if you have an $800 account is bet about $2.50, $5 a bet at the most. And you're probably over betting a little bit at $5. But again, you're not going to, most don't take lower than that. But so few have the patience to do that. Why? Because they want the Bugatti tomorrow, baby. Just look on Instagram. Everybody has one. Everybody's got one. And that, sorry, there's stuff coming in. All right. Yeah, just reading stuff as they're coming in. Sorry, there's a little distraction. I don't even understand exactly what he asked. But again, just so you guys understand, like very few are actually doing damage out there. So like, again, not to go long, not to go on rants because we have so much to cover. But I really want to make sure that the message gets across. You need to manage risk correctly. When I'm running hot and when I'm running cold. When the dust settles on December 31st, we're going to be profitable. We'll be 1, 2, or 3, pretty much like every year. And if you manage correctly your risk, you're going to have made money. Be one in the 100 that actually made money betting sports. It's that simple. But like I said, we don't have much time to waste today. We have a lot to get to. And Okay. Let me get you to baseball real quick. The first baseball starts at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. We will shut this down by 1 p.m. when they kick off. That's when I will start actually digging deep into the Major League Baseball. Now, maybe those 1:30 games don't have too much time to handicap. I may be forced to pass, but I'm going to dig into the card for sure. Here's already what I moved on, because again, plays come in, we fire. I have my leans to the side. When they fall on something that I already like, I send it out to you guys. It becomes a premium play. Here's the baseball. You ready? This is what we are looking at. If we do fire premium, there's a 90% probability it will come from a handful of these plays. Start off game 901, Atlanta, Miami, under 8.5 minus 120. Game 903, Cincy Mets, over 8.5 minus 115. Game 905, Washington, Milwaukee, under 8 minus 105. Game 913, Tampa Bay, Baltimore, over 8.5 minus 130. Game 917, Texas, plus 105. Game 924, LA Angels, even money, LA Angels, minus 110 in the first 5. So Angels game, Angels first 5. And finally, the Yankees, Pittsburgh, under 8.5, minus 115. Right now, I actually got a confirmation. So we are going to bet this right now together. A 3% play, 0.75 of our bankroll. This is the one baseball play that I definitely had already on my radar, and we got confirmation. I would have liked to get plus money on it, but again, we kicked off a little late, and as long as this was below that minus 120 range, I was comfortable betting it. Like I said, I would have rather, at plus money, it would be a 4% play. But right now it's minus 107 at Pinnacle, so I'm going to send it out at minus 110, and that's the Texas Rangers. Texas Rangers minus 110. Texas Rangers minus 110. That's a 3% play against Cleveland. Let's confirm that. I'll send that out. So we have one confirmed play in Major League Baseball. For you prop guys, one prop came across. And like I told you last week, you're going to have, for any prop guys, you're going to have your screens ready to go, your books open and ready to fire. It's Hopkins under 65.5 receiving yards. D-Hop under 65.5 at plus 140. Minus 140. Sorry, D-Hop under 65.5 rushing yards up to minus 140. Again, if you're going to be piggybacking any of the prompts, you want to be ready to fire. You do not want to wait. Again, like you saw from that account, when that was more a prop account, and that's why you saw a lot of those Division II, FCS, FBS, whatever the fuck it's called, the lower tier college football. You saw a lot of that in there. I can't even send that out to you guys. I wanted to ask, I have a question on that real fast too. But let me send out this baseball to the rest. See how shit's time sensitive, and I'm gonna have to bet it. But that's why I don't want to go off. We don't have time to go on talks and on rants today. So what we'll do is, I was thinking we'll do a Saturday call or do a Monday Night Football, like into Monday Night Football, where we could talk for like 90 minutes heading into kickoff. And a lot of it is sports betting talk, money management talk, answering questions, live chat, because there's only going to be that game and any kind of baseball that may be going on. I think we need to do that during football season and not just have these chats on Sunday, because I just think there's so much more to cover than just picks. Like, this is the easy part. Getting you picks isn't hard. Getting you plus EV plays isn't difficult. In fact, I have too many to choose from, and that becomes the hardest job for me, because I know most bettors can't handle the amount of volume that I fire, that winning bettors fire. Betting syndicates fire. All of them. It's not just this. It's every group. They're firing 40, 50 plays on a college football Saturday. On a Sunday NFL, same thing. 15, 20, throw in props, first halves. It's just a lot. It's a lot. So what we're going to do, is you have the baseball. Oh, I have to bet the baseball. See, I almost forgot. I have to bet it. I give it to you guys before I even bet it most times. That's how badly I want you guys to get even a better number than I do. And don't worry, I'm going to share my screen, show you some of the bets as we start firing on some football. I have to be on Chicago VPN today, so I can't change that out. I will not be using my penny skin from Toronto because it's going to kick me off of here. I wanted to show you guys some really cheap teasers if you could get that kind of account. But I even think Bet Online, which is a valuable and a reputable huge book, I think they got minus 110 6-point teasers. Like there's no reason nobody could find 110 teasers. Like even 120 should be readily available. Like there's no reason anybody should be betting again. Those kind of teasers. All right. Texas is out of the way. Any football come in? No football. Good. That means we could go through game by game. So you have the baseball. Hold on, stuff keeps got. So like I said, we're going to be working. We will be working. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. There's. Sorry, guys. There's, like I said, this won't be a podcast. This is doing work. All right, we got the baseball, so you have it, right? Under Atlanta Braves, 8.5. Under 8, Washington, Milwaukee. Over 8.5, Cincy Mets. Over 8.5, Tampa, Baltimore. Under 8.5, Yankee, Pittsburgh. LA, Angels, game and first 5. Texas for the game. We bet them, and that's about it. Now we're going to go over NFL. I will be sharing my power ratings with you guys on each game. We'll also go over what we have bet already. We have a live teaser pending. Let me see. Ooh, Tampa Orioles. Just so you know, they're now going over 9 in Tampa Orioles as well. See, over 8.5, juice to 130. Now they're laying over 9 up to 125. That will become 120. That'll become 125 really fast. Because just looking at what's available, they're not going to find it. All right, we got gold. I got nothing but good shit for you. Here we go. We even have some, I know you're not going to want to hear it, but I don't like to gamble. And when that's the case, I'm willing to buy back. I could only bet with the information that's in front of me at that time. Sometimes you can't wait. Kind of like I bet that San Francisco teaser, the Eagles teaser with San Francisco. My fear was that the Eagles side or the San Fran side was going to go up to that 9.5 teaser protection, because one of my skins, that's a Pinnacle skin, had already done that. They moved Dallas to 8.5. They moved San Francisco to 8.5. To 9.5 on both of those. And I thought, okay, they're doing it to teaser block those. They're going to teaser block the Eagles as well. So I wanted to lock it into a plus EV teaser because, as I said, we already know what our edge is when we place it. We don't know we're going to win, but again, if you could have a 3% edge on a bet, that's double the edge you get as a card counter. Like if you're a winning card counter, you have about a 1.5, 2% edge. The teasers we place, if you're laying 110, you're getting 5, 6% edge. If you're laying 120, it's about cut in half. So that's why I say you want to not lay more than 120. It's still profitable at like 125s. There's even some, I think, that'll still be profitable at 130, but it's very small edge. You're gambling, and in 2023, there's no reason at all that you can't find a minus 120. Like I said, there's 110s available out there. It's not like it's impossible to find, even in 2020, especially in 2023. So please, 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 don't lay bets that just aren't winnable. And laying 130, 140, you just can't win. Like, you're setting yourself up. You're betting from the position of weakness. The book already has the best of it. You want to bet from a position of strength where you're like, dude, this bet's giving me a 4% edge. I've overcome. Like, we know when we lay 11 to 10, the house has a 4.5% edge, meaning every $100 that you bet straight, they expect to make $4.50 off you. Well, when you place a wrong teaser, that $4.50 doubles, triples, as I shared on Twitter. You putting in the wrong teaser makes it a 3-4 times worse bet than a straight bet. And that's why books entice teasers. That's why they entice parlays. That's why when they show us their bottom line, it's always greater than 4.5%, because they shade the line towards biases. That increases their hold. And also, they offer terrible odds on some very sexy bets that novice bettors just can't lay off of. And that helps their edge get higher, 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 and higher, to where it's 7, 8, 9%, where they expect to make $9 out of every 100, not only $4.50. They're doubling it by squares betting bad teasers, bad parlays, taking bad numbers. We don't do that here. So real quickly, first game on the board, get your cards out, get your sheets up. We're going to go game by game through this. First off, we're on Tennessee and the Chargers. Tennessee and the Chargers. We have a bet on the Chargers at -3. We have a bet on the Chargers at -3. I have that one power rated actually at the Chargers -3.5. 3 being such a key number. That's why we jumped on it as soon as some sharp money came in. But what I can tell you is there has been some resistance. There has been some Tennessee +3 come in. That's sharp. Let's look at that game real quickly. Both teams having lost last week. And, Tennessee was in that really close game with the Saints, and the Chargers the same thing. By combined 3 points, these teams are 0-1, 0-1. So it could very easily be 1-0 versus 1-0 type of game. As far as the action, from what I can see, it seems pretty much split. The total, we haven't touched the total. That's been climbing up a little bit, but the sharper books still have 45. So it seems like it's some public money betting that one over. Want to be cautious there. Again, we're not going to do anything yet with that Chargers Tennessee, but I am considering possible hedge with some Tennessee. But instead, what we might do is just use Tennessee in a teaser, because again, I'm so grateful for you guys that I don't have to sell picks, that I have to put out a package, push 3 games and 1 big 5% and do that. I could actually bet to make money. And when you bet to make money, you're maneuvering, you're doing different things. You have a teaser, like we have a teaser set up that ends with San Francisco down at -1. Dude, I might have a Rams bet for us in that later game, to where I'm trying to win both. Like, I'm looking to place good bets. I'm looking to make money. Like, the goal for me is to have that be as much positive units as possible. And because I don't have to put these in such a square way, like, here's the 3 plays for today, just bet these, and this is the big one, like, like that kind of nonsense. We're able to bet, like, you bet the profit. So here we go. Know that. I'm actually even going to put that on the burner, that possibility we are looking at is the Titans. Sorry to tell you that, but again, I just got to keep it real, and I'm not going to gamble my money. If there's conflicting info, I don't give a fuck. I'm getting off it. You want to keep it? Again, that's your money. You do what you want with it. But with mine, I just think this is really such a toss-up, coin flip kind of game. I was hoping to see this line go up to that 3.5. If it got through that 3 and matched what my power rating was, I'd be very comfortable. In fact, at that point, even with some sharp money on Tennessee, because I'd expect them to take the 3.5 on Tennessee when there was 2.5s earlier in the week, with 3 being such a key number. There's a lot of guys that just clean off the board. They see 3.5, they're going to take it if a lot of the board's still 3 or juiced. Anyway, make a long story short, at that point, I wouldn't have even considered hedging the bet. Again, this is only 3% play, 0.75, but we may come in with a, because right now I could even get Tennessee +3, -120 through some of my books, so I could jump off it right away. But there may be some more creative ways for us to do this by using Tennessee in a possible teaser. So let me get that in there because we will be firing teasers. And like I said, I'll show you the screen as more bets come in and when we place some bets. But let's move in game by game. And Chargers, Titans, what else did I have there? Hold on, I know I had something. Yeah, it was that. Where was that total? The total. Yeah, I had one of the sharp accounts actually come in. They were just taking advantage of a 40 because it was at 46 at one point. Okay, so we don't have to worry about that. We don't have to worry about that. All right, let's move on. Green Bay, Atlanta. This game opened, let's not forget, with the Green Bay Packers. It was 1-point favorites. We're now looking at Atlanta at that key number of 3, and the total also moved from 41 down to 40.5. We bet the first half. We're under 20.5, I believe, correct? Under 20. Now down to 19.5, 18.5 at DraftKings. Great bet, good bet. That's the kind of bets we want to be placing. We can't control the outcome. They may come out, score 21 points, we lose that bet. I mean, 22 points, whatever it is. But that's a great bet. In the NFL, when you beat the closing line by 1.5 in a first half, that's like a 3-point line move for the game. Again, great job, anyone who bet that. Those are exactly the kind of bets we're going to be placing between now and December 31st, and as many of them as possible. Dude, I know people, the reason bettors get nervous with volume is if they're underfunded. If you're funded correctly and betting like I'm urging you, then you should be welcoming bets. You should want 50 bets, not 5, because you have the bankroll for it. You should want good trades. The only reason you wouldn't want more trades is if you're underfunded. And if you're underfunded, again, you're betting from a position of weakness. It's an uphill battle. You already know how difficult it is to win when you're properly funded, perfect mindset, and winning information, how difficult it still is. But when you're underfunded, it's almost impossible. It's an insurmountable mountain to climb. That's why if you're betting right, you want volume. You're like, hey, give us more shit. Give us more. You want more. Anyone nervous about volume, again, it's because they're underfunded and they're over betting. Philadelphia, St. Louis, game 907, over 5, -105. Over 5, -105. I also have a player prop. DJ Moore, receiving yards, over 45.5. DJ Moore, receiving yards, over 45.5. As you will see, here you go. It's right here. There you go. It's this one right here. Philly under and DJ Moore, as you can see, came in right now. So again, you're gonna have to have your screen up to nail these. Yeah, Mike Moore just shared. Sorry to say your name. Sorry to say your last name, my man. Sorry. DK has -120. He's saying right there. You ain't got to go further than that. If you haven't been dropped, there's your spot. Thank you, sir. I'll keep looking. Again, have your leans. Come in here, come into the steam room, have your leans. Do your work. That's why I say I don't watch. I wish I could watch the games. Like the ninth on Sunday Night Football, I got to work next week's games. I have to prepare my lines and my leans for the week because Monday morning they start firing. I got to know whether we're going to use them, piggyback them, premium them. So what I ask you to do is please come in prepared. Last night or early this morning, especially if you're on the East Coast, go through the MLB card, circle those leans that you like. Go through the NFL card, circle those leans that you like. Have your props ready, any of your strongest props. And as information comes in, it'll either get confirmed or denied. That's valuable. That's how you take advantage and not just sit back passively and trade. I want you trading actively. I want you making more money than me. I want you seeing trades that I'm not seeing and actually making them and winning money. I want you to learn to monitor line moves. Like I said, start easy, open, start just with Pinnacle. Don't even go anywhere else. And then you could add Bet Online, then you could start at Pinnacle. Write down Pinnacle's opening line, follow it throughout the week, write down Pinnacle's closing line. You could easily check what the limits are, see how the changes happen as the limits get increased. You'll pick off a lot. Just do that over and over again. Then when the games are over, the next day, grab your sheet, go through game by game, check the box score. Because a lot of times it was a great bet, but there was a fumble with 8 seconds left that changed the outcome. That's where the box scores come in. That's the work it takes to win. I get it. It's much easier watching games, watching Sports Center, and thinking that's giving you knowledge because you know more about these teams than the bookmakers. This is a market. We're betting numbers and prices. They want you thinking it's a game. It's a sport. Just keep watching games. Keep becoming knowledgeable about these teams and you're going to beat them. It's not. It's all this other stuff, the grunt, the stuff that's not fun. That's the shit. That's where, oh, here they come. Over in the Philly St. Louis for the game as well. So they went over in the first half and then they went over for the game. See how you do that? Because if you go over the game first, they're going to adjust the first half line as well, the first 5 line. But first you hit them in the first 5. They're not sure. Is he going to come in on the game? Are they going to hit us for the game? Or is it just a first 5 move? And then you blast them for the game if you want to get more down. And a lot of times, like I said, it's a reason to get, it's a way to get more money down. And a lot of times I even see, like I've told you, over for the game, under for the first 5, because they're just handicapping individual bets. And the under in the first 5 may be plus EV, but over for the game may be plus EV. For a casual bettor, that's a contradicting situation. They wouldn't know what to do. For a trader, they already did it. They just placed 2 plus EV bets, and they're going to let the dust settle, and what's going to happen is going to happen. That part they can't control. The part they controlled was finding 2 plus EV bets. And again, that's all we're looking for. And I want to get to a point. Here's my goal, that a season from now, 2 seasons from now, there's guys in this room and gals in this room that are pointing out trades to me that are saying, look, there's divergence here. This line's moving up, but it looks like the public's so heavy on the other side. Can you confirm it's sharp base? Should we be on this side? That's what I'm hoping for, that you guys give me more trades, more winning information. Like I want more action. I'm funded properly where I just want more trades. I want my capital in action. So again, that's my ultimate goal. Packers, Atlanta, we have nothing there on the side. What I could tell you is I have that game power rated to where the Falcons are actually a pick 'em. I have it as a pick 'em. In this spot, I would take Green Bay, but based on the line move, I'd be forced to leave it alone because the line move's telling me the opposite. The line move's telling me Atlanta's attracted plenty of sharp money. And I could tell you, obviously at the NFL, there's a lot of public money as well. But in that game, I look at some betting information and books of stuff coming in, and I could tell you it's not all square money. It's not like it's one-sided Atlanta. In fact, it's pretty much split. When I look at the risk, the money bet, it's minuscule as far as risk goes. So in that spot, you got to know that it's actually sharp money that came in on the Falcons, and that goes against my power rating. It's nothing I'm looking to get involved there, and it's not a game I really had on my radar anyway. Again, we took advantage of Green Bay last week. That was the move. So we have the under there, okay? We have the under there. Next, we have the Colts and the Texans. The Colts and the Texans. Let me pull that game up. Colts and Texans, Colts and Texans. All right. Another spot where the road team, oh, no, they opened, it flip-flopped. Okay, good. Houston opens as a 2-point favorite. Indianapolis goes to favorite for a day. Houston then goes back to favorite. Now Indianapolis. So it's flip-flop back and forth between a pick'em and a 1 and a 1.5. Here's what's going on there, so I can tell you. As a former runner, current mover, here's what goes on there. So you understand. Let me a little teaching moment here for you guys. Okay, here's what's happening here. Let me share my screen. Okay, they're not betting the +1s or anything like that. What it is runners right now, movers, guys like myself, that are betting both sides of that game at plus money. Look at this money line here. When you're able to manipulate the market, here's what you can do. You see the plus money that you could take here on the Colts side? Plus 116 all the way down to plus 102. Now look at it. Now you could take plus money on this side from plus 117 all the way down to plus 102. You have plus money on both sides. So I have 1,000 at plus 105 over on Team A, Green Bay. I have 1,000 at plus 102 on Atlanta. No matter who wins that game, I'm either winning $50 or I'm winning $20. I'm plus EV either way. Now, bettor's going to say, dude, you're making $20 on 1,000. What's that? All that for $20? No. It's tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars being moved on these money lines. And when you do it repeatedly, over and over and over again, volume, see what I was pushing? Volume, it does add up. Getting 20 and 50 on this 1,000 adds up. When you turn that 1,000 over 100 times, 500 times, 1,000 times, you turn that over quickly, see how fast those $20 profits add up. That's trading. We're not investing, we're day trading here. We're not tying up our money and sitting back and passively watching it grow. We're actively growing it. And it's day by day. That's what the part that I need you guys to start treating it like. Like, listen, every single day is an opportunity to find plus EV trades. Doesn't matter what I'm doing for the week. Doesn't matter where I am for the month. Doesn't matter how I did last night. Today, I'm focused on finding good trades. Are there any plus EV bets that I could get my money in on? That's the mindset. Trusting that as long as you do that, when you take a step back, December 31st, wow, look, this is what I'm up. Listen, I told you the truth. I don't bet crazy. Where I'm comfortable now, where my heart doesn't beat, is where I go 1x to 5x. For me is 1,000 to 5. That's my comfort zone, where I don't sweat. My heart, it doesn't matter to me. I could sleep comfortable, 1 to 5. Now, $1,000 a unit, obviously we're up 300. That's great for me at $300,000. Now it's at 170, so it's 170 dimes. That's a great year. It's a great year. That's how it adds up. It starts to add up, but it didn't start like that. I was betting 100 to 500, 200 to 1,000, 300 to 1,500. Then I got to like 500, to 25. I went a little. I was able to jump a number, 100 number. It was running good. It was like 2020. And next thing you know, I'm up to a dime, and that's where I'm comfortable. I don't need more. Now I could invest capital in other shit. because sometimes I'm going to have a bad 8 weeks. But hey, look, real estate's going up, or crypto's going up, or your investments here going up. Like, I want you guys to get to a point where this is just somewhere where you park some capital, you make some money off it. Like, don't live and die off it. I want you to see this as an opportunity to make money. And the only way to do that is if you separate yourself from the sport. As fun as it is, we watch games, we cheer them in. You're traders. That's what you do. You trade. Philly St. Louis was over. St. Louis over. Over first 5, over 4 to game. So that's all that happened there with that one. You're just seeing two-way action from runners that are able to get plus bets down because you could manipulate the market. It really is no deeper than that. I have that power rated exactly there. I have pretty much a Texans is a 1-point favorite. Texans 1-point favorite right there. A 0.5 and a 1.8 comes out to almost 1-point favorite. So again, when it's right on the number, exactly perfect. When you're able to manipulate it back and forth and not have it move to like 3 or 4, and they know we can go back and forth 1.5 team A, 1.5 team B all week and just keep doing it. It's a beautiful thing to watch. All right, let's go next. Here, yeah, we have to get involved here. We have Seattle and Detroit. Seattle and Detroit. Detroit now had dropped a little bit. They're now at 5-point favorite. The total on that game opened at 50.5, is down to 47. So definitely some under money. I know from 50.5, they got that. That's definitely steam on the under in the Seattle and Detroit game. Personally, I missed that number. And with 50-51s mattering so much, I just let it go. It was like, I'm just letting it go. One thing I need to get real quickly, you're never going to tease teasers. So get that out of the vocabulary. We don't do it. It's negative double digits, just so you know. How the book expects to make $4.50 out of every 100 when you straight bet. When you add a total in your teaser, they expect to make over $10 out of every 100. Immediately, as soon as you add that teaser in there, that total in there, you've destroyed any positive EV chance. There's no chance of turning that bet positive. Again, you can get lucky. Bad bets win all the time, just like good bets lose all the time. That's the irrelevant, and that's the disconnect that too many casual bettors just don't get over. They think a good bet means one that wins, when nothing could be further from the truth. I don't want to go long again. We have a lot to cover. I've explained that here so many times. The only thing I wanted to ask here real quickly is, keep in mind, there will be upgrades. Again, I'm not forced to sell, so I don't have to put up packages and that nonsense, promote big plays. But as information comes in, plays get stronger and stronger. A lot of our 5% plays will come on Sunday. I don't worry about pushing that from 5 days earlier so I could sell a bunch of 5% plays. So I'm able to do that on Sunday if it warrants it. If I get information that makes our 3% or 4% that much stronger, it becomes 5%. That's it. That's what happens. And sure, I don't get to market it, don't get to sell it, but we get to bet it. And that's what the room's for. Let's keep going. Because here's what we got with the Lions. I have conflicted information here. That much I can tell you with certainty. There's definitely sharp money on Seattle. I actually moved it at +5, +5.5. But have seen some Lions money line money. Have seen some Lions on the money line, which I didn't like because I know it's sharp. I know it's sharp. I just don't like seeing resistance. Again, that's nothing that's making me change or get off or anything like that. But my job is to share as much info as possible with you guys so that you use it correctly and use it to benefit you as much as possible. And in that one, that's exactly where we stand. Being a regression guy, obviously you guys know why I like Seattle. It fits perfectly in my regression trades, meaning you have Seattle losing last week outright at home. You have Detroit winning on the road in Kansas City on prime time. We all know no one's ever as good or bad as they look. And usually the betting market is swayed because they overreact. And that's what we want them to do. It's exactly what we want them to do. And that's what they did here, because there's no way the Lions should be this big of a favorite. That's why we are on the dog. But I respect the money line action on Detroit for sure. You have to. Let me see where that money line sits right now. Yeah, see, that's the only thing I don't like. I don't like that it's down to 205 at a square shop like DraftKings, while it's, 230 at the sharper shops. Tells me you have a lot of square money that thinks they don't need the points with Seattle, that they're going to win the game outright. That's usually not a good sign. Just putting it out there, telling it like it is. When you see the recreational bettors whose handicapping is Sports Center and preview shows and magazines, that kind of nonsense, and they think they don't even need points, that's usually not a good sign. It's usually not a good sign. DJ Moore over 45 minus 130. DJ Moore receiving yards over 45 minus 130. Here's some team totals for you guys. Team totals. Are you ready? Green Bay team total under 10 in the first half, under 10 minus 120 first half. And then we have Niners Rams first half total over. Niners Rams over 23 minus 115 first half. San Francisco and the Rams over 23. Let me write that down so we have that for later. Over 23. First half. Okay. Let me see, bets are coming. Is the public firing yet? All right, it's a little too early. They're barely even betting yet. Okay, good, we got time. We're still doing just these early games. All right, so again, that's what we have there. And also on that total, I'm just gonna sit it out. If you guys like that under, again, I agree with it. I think it's the right side. I just don't think it's a good number. And I'd rather just let it go than take a bad number. That's just me personally. Again, your risk tolerance could be different than mine. But I can tell you there's short money there. But again, I'm not going to go under 47 this late. Next up, Chicago and Tampa Bay. Chicago and Tampa Bay. Here's where we stand here. At 3, my power rating, what do I make this game? Yeah, I make this a much closer game. I got 2 for the fun. Yeah, I think this should be under a field goal where it sits now. Here's what we're going to do here. Add them to the list. Another teaser, Chicago with a low total. That's what we want to look. When you got low totals, every point matters more. High totals, more variance. Points are worth less. That's why in the NBA we don't tease. When you expect 200 points, what's a half point? What's a point going to matter? When you expect 30 points, 40 points, every point fucking matters. In a spot like this, that's what we want to do. We're going to add the Bears to the teaser. And like I said, about 9:30, 12:30, 12:40, we will put a couple teasers together, run them through the plus EV machine, and see what we come up with. I hope I find 3 or 4 to place. I'll make them premiums. Like I said, I'm looking to make money and looking to place plus EV bets with you guys here today. So I like the Bears. I do like the Bears. Let's pull that game up. And we don't have much data yet. Again, we only have 1 game. So anyone reading off stats is ridiculous. Like, it's just nonsense. You need at least 4. I get it. The NFL is a short season, so you're not going to get a big sample size, but you need at least 4 games, and then you could start projecting outward. You could start projecting a little bit and just put a little more weight on more recent stuff as it happens. But after 1 week, it's just fluff. It's good for talk radio. It's good if you're doing videos, but for our here to sit there and be like, well, yeah, Tampa throws for 300 yards a game. What do you mean they average a game? They played one game. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, that's what their average is, because they've played one freaking game. So I was hearing it all this week, and I'm like, what are these people talking about? That they average 28 points a game. They played one game. Again, sorry. That kind of nonsense just bothers me a little bit too much. So let's look at that Chicago Tampa just a little closer. Jesus, man, everything's moving so slow today. These computers, these lines. Am I not connected? Guys, can someone just give me a thumbs up that we're on here? Okay, cool. I thought we got, all right, because no, I thought we got cut off. I got worried for a second. Jesus, thank you. All right. Whew. I was like, I've just been talking to myself all this time. It's just slow because I've got to use these stupid freaking VPNs. Here's what we're going to do. We're prepared. We're going to pull out second computer. That's all. We're going to have two of them up. We got business. We got business to operate today. We got business. Big business today. We got time. We got some bets to make. It's going to be a fun day. We still got an hour. Oh, boy. We only placed one bet so far, right? We're only on Texas so far. Texas, Texas, Texas. But we have two teasers on the side. We got two teasers on the side. Cross that out. I don't need that. Let me get this up. Then we're going to play some bets together, too. We're going to fire some teasers. Deion Jackson. Pull up your Deion Jacksons. All right, place your bet, big guy. Under 19.5. Under 19.5 plus 115 rushing yards. Deion Jackson, rushing yards under 19.5 plus 115. Detroit Lions team total under 14 minus 125. Detroit Lions team total under 14 minus 25. We have a baseball bet right now. We're going to place it. Are you ready? Miami plus 1.5 minus 150 up to minus 160. We're good. Let's give it out at minus 155. So that's Miami plus 1.5 minus 155. 902. Miami Marlins plus 1.5. Yes, that was on my radar and that just came in. You guys should get an even better number than I did. Let's go. Miami plus 1.5 minus 150. See, we're going to keep firing. This is the day of firing. Yep, Deion Jackson under 19.5 plus 119. Another group hit it. So have your prop stuff up. I have someone betting it for me, but for you guys, have someone firing your prop stuff up. Telling you now, you're going to want that. You're going to want that. So I'm just placing that bet. That 1.5. Wow, seeing some 160s now. All right. I hope you guys got down. I'm good to 160. I'm good to 160 for sure. I wouldn't lay more than that. I'd lay up to 160. We're comfortable there. We're good there. We're good there. Hold on. We got a lot of more football to get to, baby. It's that final hour, the witching hour, like they say, right? Yeah, we'll give it to this guy, right? It's funny, you got to choose, which book do I give it to? Which book do I give it to? Who do I give the action to? I'll give it to you. All right. All right, Miami in the chamber. Out of the chambers now. They're in there. All right. If anyone using these props, I'm telling you, anything I give out, these team totals, these props, if you're getting these numbers, they're all plus EV. They'll be up money. Like if I had time to just tweet all this stuff as it comes in every day, that's what would happen. So I'd have losing days, weeks, whatever. But after like 500 bets, 1,000 bets, I'd have a ton of positive results because they're all plus EV. And these are the best bets. Like they're the most advantageous. You have some of the highest EV. That's just fact. And that's why books don't want to take it. A lot of these team totals, first half totals, props, player props, that's where the money is. For pick selling, it sucks because no one can really use it. The stuff that they, we do it for the Super Bowl, for some primetime games, but you wouldn't be getting the best of it. If I had to put this in the system, send it out to you, I would have to adjust each one by 15, 20 cents. That means some of the EV is lost. By the time you got it and bet it would move another 10 cents, you'd probably still take it because why not? And by that time, you're now flipping a coin, maybe a little of edge. I don't want that for you guys. I'd rather give it to you for free. If you have the risk tolerance, you have the bankroll, fucking use it, make money off it. We are, and I want to see you do the same thing. So again, I can't release these and document them, but I don't care. My goal is for you guys to make money. So getting off that Bucks game, Jesus, everything's moving slow today. I can't believe it. All right, fuck that stuff. Sorry, guys. Let me just get this straight, and we are good. On to the next one. Damn, nothing wants to work, huh? Okay, now we're good. I just want to see something real quick with that Chicago-Tampa. All right, that's all I needed to see. All right, we're good. We are gold. Whew, on to the next one. All right, so we got 2 bets in. We have Texas, we have Miami, and now it's back to the football. And as you can see, they're charging a little more juice now for the Chicago side and some fun. We're going to tease Chicago for sure. So let's keep our teaser sheets open. We have 2 teams on it so far. Now on to the next one. On to the next one. Bills, Raiders, Bills, Raiders. We already have the Buffalo Bills in a teaser. I have this game power rated to where, ooh. Yeah, I have the Bills up to about a 9-point favorite. I like it. I like it. We have them. Yeah, you see the Tampa lines dropping, right? We're going to tease Chicago anyway, so we're good with that. That's fine. All that does is give us confirmation. Again, if you could get the +3 on Chicago and don't lay more than 125, 26, take it. It's a great bet. It's a good bet, win or lose. It's a very good trade. But right now, most aren't going to find that. All right. Yeah, Buffalo, we're just strictly on the teaser there. I think that's a great way to play it. You expect them to bounce back, but with that said, that's also why you're being charged that kind of juice, that kind of number, because of how highly rated Buffalo was, and then the way they lost on primetime Monday night. I think most expect a bounce back, a focused performance. But let's not forget, the spread becomes the great equalizer, and that is why I recommend using them on a teaser. They're a great plus EV bet on a teaser. Getting a 8-point favorite down to where you only have to lay 2 at home, great spot. Now even 1.5, where it's sitting at 7.5. Because again, there's some Raider money, I'll tell you that. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Personally, you got a West Coast team coming east. Now they're used to it. Again, these days, West Coast, East Coast, East Coast, West doesn't play into it like it used to back in the day. But I do expect Buffalo to bounce back, and I do like that we have them in a teaser. And let's not forget, Raiders coming off a game that they could have very, very, very easily lost, in which case I think this line would have been even higher. But I like Buffalo here. I really do. You know, Vegas did play well against Denver last week. Their defense did well. That's what threw me off a little bit, because I'm like, it's a Denver offense, right? It wasn't the Raider defense, because you're looking at 47 total right now. So yeah, it was the Denver offense, not the defense. Next up, let's go Chiefs, Jaguars. Chiefs, Jaguars. Possible play here as well. KC, where are you at, KC? KC, all done. KC on the road against a feisty 1-0 Jacksonville team that got the cover last week as well. Let's look. Okay, not much there. There was some sharp Chiefs money. I actually moved it at -2.5, -115. That's why you're looking at threes and threes -115. So I can tell you, Chicago, they are sharp side for sure. The Kansas City Chiefs, I just don't like laying the 3 on the road against Jacksonville. Based on my power ratings, that make the Chiefs actually 2.5, exactly what the number was on the road. It would be me piggybacking just my network, which is worth 1%. I don't have anything else really to go to on Kansas City. I mean, listen, Jacksonville did their job. They played great last week. Their defense showed up. Their offense showed up. They put over 100 yards on the ground. They threw for 220, 230 in the air. They held the other team to 60 yards on the ground. You know, they did everything they're supposed to do, and now they're home against Kansas City, who needs the win. You know, it's a lot of pressure. Yeah, not a game. A gun to my head, I actually like the Jaguars if it gets to 3.5. Give me 3.5, and I wouldn't be mad at you for taking the Jaguars, to be honest with you. Also, let's look at this total, because I do have a play. The problem is we got the under. Okay, that's what we're looking at to bet the under. Problem is I want 51. And the only thing I see is 50 and a half, excuse me. There's a 51 on the screen. That's one spot. So we're looking at mostly 50 and a halves. So I have to decide over the next 30 minutes if we're going to go and mess with that under. Probably not. You got to be that disciplined. Again, there's a reason for the move down a little bit, but we're not going to chase. We're not going to take any bad numbers. If the number's not there, we're not going to take it. It was 51. I could have got 51. It's 50 and a half. Isn't strong enough to need to place the bet. I do think we're looking at a lower scoring game that the total reflects, but not enough, especially 1 week in the books. Just not enough data to back it. We don't have regression to go through. So again, there would just be the network, in which case I have no reason to fire just because of the network. A simple 1% play. So the final early play, let's get that one out of the way. Because we have sides on both. We have, and I love this one, we have Cincinnati. We got Cincinnati -3, and we got Cincinnati on the money line. Probably should have just bet it all on the money line, but it was a way for us to get it a little bit cheaper. I definitely think they bounce back. I like the fact we're seeing a lot of steam agree with us there. Yeah, I'm seeing some things I'm not liking. I'm hold on a second. Detroit's coming down to 4.5 now. Chicago, Tampa total, nothing. Let me see anything else coming in for us. Buffalo Bills team total under 14.5. Bills team total under 14.5, minus 130. Oh, Buffalo Bills team total under. Okay. Not expecting many points from them. All right, so let's get this out of the way. We got the Bengals. We got the over in that game. Seeing some under money come in. That, like I said, I share everything with you guys, and I don't like that total is coming down. Again, there's a lot of public money being bet today on Sunday, so they're going to affect the numbers a little bit. But I would have liked to see that Ravens-Bengals total move up a lot higher. The game that's worrying me, to be honest with you, is the Seattle Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks. Fortunately, we have 4% on that. And I could always, at 4.5, we could bring it down to -4, buy off 2 units, and even try to middle side, scalp one of the sides. Again, I only like to make money doing this. I don't care how we have to do it. The only thing that we do it, right? That's all that matters. Okay, so let's get going. Let's make sure we get the morning out of the way. Here's our bet so far. We got the Chargers at -3. We got the under in the Packers Falcons. We got the over in the Colts Texans. Packers Falcons, remember, that was first half. We have Seattle +4. Seattle plus 5, excuse me, Seattle +5, 4% play. We have a Bills Cowboys teaser, and we have Bengals and over. All right. So far, we have some good plays early on. Give me a second. Let me look around, see if we could get any more early plays in before we move on to the late stuff. And here you guys go. So you could see some of the action coming in. As you can see, this is not a good sign. A lot of one-way action on this. Looks like that's a sharp bet. Yeah, they're going in Detroit money line. Told you, Detroit money lines. They're coming in Detroit money line. All right, so how do we play this? Again, KC one-sided. Little New England. That's early. See, that's even out because the people bet Miami taking it on the money line. So I get that. That's fine. All right. Now, let's go through real quickly. Look at this line. Chargers and Tennessee. Oh, yes, we said we're going to use Tennessee in a teaser. That's for damn sure. I don't think I'm going to. You know what? I think we are. Hold on. Let me just. That's how we're going to do this. Hold on. This is how we're going to do this. I guess. Good stuff. All right. The teasers we have are, we have a Buffalo. We have the Niners still pending. And the only other one we have is Buffalo with Dallas, correct? All right. Buffalo and Dallas. Let me just see something real quick. Let me just make sure. All right, I did put that in there. See, Buffalo, Dallas. Hold on, hold on. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I just got to get a little more in this Buffalo, Dallas freaking teaser. They're asking. Buffalo, Dallas, Buffalo, Dallas. Buffalo minus 1.5. Dallas minus 2.5. So you see, minus 10. Boom, there we go. Just like that. Just like that. Boom. All right. 10-cent teaser. 10-cent teaser. 920 prop check. 920 prop check. I like it. Let's check the props. All right, here you go, my man. Prop check, prop check. Only Singletary's the only added so far. Singletary rushing yards under 20.5. Singletary rushing yards under 20.5 plus 115. That looks like the last one that we just handled. All right, so no added props yet. Again, let's finalize this early shit. We got late stuff too. Let's make another bet or two. We got 2 baseball in. All right, I got to write this one first to get this shit in. Give me 1 second. And in 5 minutes, we will do the rest. I need 3 minutes right now. Total silence. No, I'm kidding. Hold on. Okay. What do you guys, the fucking Chargers, huh? Come on. I'm just giving instructions. Okay, I'm going through it with you guys again as I'm sending instructions out. Chargers, Titans, we're not fucking with it. We got the the Chargers, excuse me. We got the Chargers from earlier in the week. I don't like what that line has done. So we're going to put Tennessee in a teaser. That much will be confirmed. Tennessee is going to go into the teaser. We're not fucking with that total. Next, Packers, Falcons. We're not going to mess with that game. We like the under in the first half. Nothing on the game. Colts, next. Colts and Houston. Nothing on that. We have the over. I like the over a lot. Okay, hold on. We haven't bet that? We haven't bet that. Let's go over. Let's go over 40. There we go. Found another one. Over 40. Oh, wow. See, that's why I even have to check. I didn't send that out. Good, good. Okay. Ready? Colts. This is a 4% play. 4% play. Colts. Texans. Over 40. 4%. Game 267. Over 40. Indianapolis. Houston. 4%. Let me see something real quick on this matchup. Come on, computers. Fuck, I'm gonna have to get off of these VPNs, man. Gonna have to find something to make this work a little better for me. Okay, I like it. All right, 4% play. We like it. We're good there. Boom, 4%. All right, let me make sure I add that in. Over 40, Colts, Texans. All right. We got some good bets today. We got some good bets. Oh, the fuck. All right. Oh, we're golden. Let me check those props again. All right, nothing added. We're good. All right, so you guys got that over, right? Over 44%. Bravo. Okay. All right, we got that over. Yes, we're good there. I like in the next few weeks, we'll have a little more data and actually be able to talk about these games. There's nothing to talk about. Like it'll just be fluff, and we ain't got time for fluff. So let's move on. All right. Next, Seahawks, Detroit. Seahawks, Detroit. Okay. Let me see. We got to figure out what to do with this. Hold on. What's the money line on Detroit? 215, 217, 220s. Okay, 220. Do we go for a middle or a break even? You know what? I'm going to go for a middle. That's the move. With the total? Yeah. I know it stings and it sucks, guys, but I got to do what the right bet as if I didn't sell picks, this is exactly what I'd be doing. So I got to do exactly what I'd be doing. My job is to protect our money. So we're going to bet the Lions on the money line, minus 220. I know it stings. Minus 220 for just 2%. If the Lions could win this game between 1 and 5 points, 1 and 4, you know, they make it a close game, we hit both sides. If the Lions win this game and cover, we only lose 2 units in juice instead of the 4 units in juice that we have on Seattle. If Seattle ends up covering the game, or I mean winning the game outright, then we just lose juice. Yeah, again, I just see too much conflict to not get off it, to not try to minimize our risk, not get off it, to try to minimize our risk and put us in the best position to profit. That's what we're going to do. 2%. Detroit, money line, minus 220. It stings, but we do this for profit. And this is when you sell, why it's so hard to make money to profit long-term selling picks. Because most pick sellers, you couldn't do this. Dude would be like, dude, what is he doing? He'd send in 15 freaking emails to support. What do I do? What's going on? Thank God for this room. Like I said, there's only one other guy. If it's those 2 guys I met for dinner with the $500,000 or Ernesto, I'm good. A year from now, we'll have more and more and more money. We'll make more and more units. Right now, I just got to do what's right. And unfortunately, the right thing sometimes hurts. Sometimes hurts. So with that said, let me get that nickel over there on them. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that here. NFL. Oh, all right, he's got 215. I'll take it. Again, this stings. I don't like doing this. But what would be worse for me is if Detroit did win this game by a touchdown, and I could have got off, like minimized my damage, lost half the amount of money, which to me is, I'll take that. That's like a win. For me, that's a win. If I lose half instead of losing all, is a win. I'm looking to trade, next trade, next trade, next trade, next trade. Oh, wow, 215, even better. Yeah, bucket, off we are. All right, boom. Problem solved. Sorry, like I said, I know it stings. I know it fucking stings because I hate doing it. But I'm not going to sit there and gamble. I even put it at a worse number than we got at 220. I'm even willing to lose more on my long-term wager talk results because I just rather do the right thing. You got to practice what you preach. You can't just fucking preach it. You got to actually do it. Hold on. Let's see what here. All right. I'm happy. Now I'm happy. Seriously. Because we did the right thing. When you do the right thing, you should be proud because it stings sometimes. It sucks. It hurts sometimes to do the right thing. It does. But you do sleep better because you know. Again, Seattle could win this game outright, and I'll be like, fuck, we broke even. We lost a little big when we could have picked up 4 units. That hurts so much. That's Monday morning quarterback. As a trader, you can't think like that. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Hope is not a hedge. You can't hope something happens. You got to make moves. You got to be actionable. And the actionable move right there, it was so simple. We had to do it. We had to eliminate some of our risk. And we could either try to do it by just taking them at -5 or 4.5 and hoping it lands 5 to push one, win the other, or something like that, or just to break even exactly. Or we could try to hit both. Again, we're up for the year. There's no panic. So we could try to hit both with a little middle. Why not try to hit a little middle in there, especially with the total coming down from 51, maybe a lower scoring game. So again, I do what you manage your money how you see fit. Grown men and women, I'm not going to tell you what to do with the money you've earned. What I am going to tell you is I did what I believe is the right move. To be a winning long-term sports bettor, I think I did what I'm supposed to do. All right, so let's get this teaser in, boys and girls. Let's get this teaser in. We're going to put a nice little 3% teaser, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Okay. Yeah, we'll worry about those games later. We'll take them in sessions. We'll take them in sessions. That's what we're going to do. Get off of that. All right, we're not going to fuck with the Chiefs, we said. I'm not. I'm crossing them off. The Bills aren't in our T. So already, the Bears are about to go in. We did the right thing with Seattle, Detroit. Houston Texans, we got the over. We're sitting pretty. Green Bay, Atlanta, we got the under first half. Oh, we are good. The only thing missing right now for the early games is our Tennessee, Chicago teaser. Just run that through. Tennessee. Where are you at, Tennessee? Tennessee up to +8.5. Chicago up to +8.5. No, we're not going to use that one. Okay. We're not going to use that one. Nope, only because it's only plus EV at -110. See, at -120, it's negative EV. So even going through the key numbers of 3 and 7, teasing Tennessee up to 8.5, Chicago up to 8.5, at -120, it's negative EV, -1.6. So they expect you to lose $1.60 out of every 100 you bet. Where at -110, it's plus 2.5. You're expecting to make $2.50 out of every 100. A difference of whether you make money or lose money based on whether you're laying 110 or 120. That's how important it is. And just found out right now, that's a teaser we cannot use. So we're going to take that off. And here's what else we're going to do. We said we're going to use. Well done. Do we want to go Buffalo? Let me look at the later stuff. Yes, I do want more exposure on Dallas. So here's what we're going to do. Ready for our teaser. First teaser will be, where are you? Chicago. All right. Chicago +2.5. Chicago +2.5 with Dallas -2.5. With Dallas -2.5. You got it at -120, that's a 2% edge. At -110, that's a 6% edge. So if you got a -110 teaser, -110 teaser, which I will show you right now. Move you. Let's go teaser, baby. Let's go teaser. Where you at? Where you at? We want Chicago 8.5. Dallas 2.5. Really? Throwing 2 dimes with this guy. Boom. Just like that, minus 110. It's not hard to get it in 2020. It's not hard to get it. All right. So we got the 1 in. That's the Tennessee. Hold on. Got to send that out. 2%, 2%, because we're going to throw in a few. So that's 2%. 2% teasers. Like you saw, I just bet it. 2%. You want to go more, you could do it. I just telling you what I'm doing. 2%. And we're going with Chicago, 271. Chicago plus 8.5 with Dallas minus 2.5. 2%. All right. That'll give us 6% on Dallas, more or less at a pick 'em. All right. And now, because I do like me some Buffalo, may sound square, but let's go. And what we're going to do is 2 more %. Let's see what that one does for us. And we're going to go with Tennessee. You remember Tennessee at plus 8.5 with Buffalo. No, not yet. No. See, because again, at minus 120, it just doesn't do it. It just doesn't do it. It's that Tennessee. It's that Tennessee. Does the Tennessee have to go with Dallas too? Yeah, it's the only way. But we don't need more exposure on Dallas. We don't need more exposure on Dallas, do we? Shit. Okay, you know what? Since we can't do that, yeah, we're going to bump that Chicago T. Let me see. All done. Nothing but good trades. Nothing but good trades. Where is that? Where is that? Where were you? Hold on. Don't you worry. We already have the Niners. We got the Niners. Shit. Come on. Don't worry. We'll put something together. We got time. We got nothing but time. Lions team total under 27. Under 27 minus 125. Let's look at some props. Any props? Yep. Falcons team total under 21. Falcons team total under 21.5 minus 110. Falcons under 21.5 minus 110. Detroit team total under 27 minus 125. So Detroit under team total getting hit from multiple spots. That's good. That's good for a close game. We want a close game, right? We have both sides of that. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. Hold on, dude. All done. Hey, Scott, you here? Hold on. I'm looking at just some shit. Don't worry. I really like that over in Indy and the Houston. I really do. It's just getting stronger and stronger. Who had KC? Okay, they did. Bengals, where are the Bengals? Bengals minus 3. We have the Bengals already. What else do we have here? Totals, Ravens, Bengals. Ravens, Bengals. We have the over. Yeah, we're just gonna leave that, let that Tennessee, leave that alone. That's all. Can't use it in a teaser like that, that's fine. All done. What else we have? What else do we have? Don't worry, I'm looking, I'm waiting for more stuff. That's all. We're good. Under Chicago, Detroit, huh? My boy just bet Chicago, Detroit under 41. Best play, he says. Sharp, really sharp. Actually, BMC betting them. Have them too. Under Chicago, huh? Makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. Let's dig a little deeper and we may have another play. Let's look out. Let me see any questions. All right, prop check, prop check. I like that. Let's look at the Steelers, they're saying. Let's look at the Steelers, huh? Yeah. Thing is, where's this sitting right now? Let me look at this number. Yeah, Steelers at 2, huh? Steelers at 2. Let's look real quick. Pittsburgh. No, Tennessee Steelers don't do it either. Not at minus 120. At minus 110, it does 2% edge, just like a card counter. With Tennessee Steelers. San Fran. Yeah. God, just take what they give us, right? That's all we could do. Take what they give us. We need that Niner teaser to come in. Here you guys give a close look at that late money. Chargers money line heavy one-sided. Seahawks one-sided. KC one-sided. That's later shit. Don't worry, we're just sitting and waiting to see anything good come in. I'm looking at games, don't you worry. Chiefs team total under. Chiefs team's total under first half. All right. Good stuff. Nothing but good stuff. Yeah, we're going to sit on that. We're going to let that time. Let's go Chargers. Hopefully they win that one on the road for us. Again, hope's not a hedge, but we're locked in. The only other option we have is Tennessee. You know, plus 2.5, or Tennessee bought up the 3-lane juice, but both don't make as good bets to me. Where Detroit, it made a lot of sense because we have Seattle at plus 5 on the other end. And with that steam under, it's not out of the realm of possibility. I like that we avoided the pitfall on the Chiefs, which is sharp. It could win. But you're seeing all the wise guys and the public on the same side. It's usually not the best sign. We have the over. I did see a little bit of resistance at 46.5 on the under in Baltimore, Cincinnati. But we are sticking with our earlier action. Let me make sure I have all the plays down. Make sure I see what we're waiting on. We did Detroit money line for 2. We did the Chicago Dallas. And I have T with Chicago at plus 8.5 T. Actually, let's see, is there time? Yeah, I'm going to bump that up to 3%. 3%, the teaser. 1 more percent on the Dallas with Chicago teaser. Let's make that 3% because we may, I should have made it 4% actually. No, we'll stick to 3 because I'm like, we could take a little later some Jets. That's it. If we have 7, 8 units sitting on Dallas at minus 2.5, we could take some Jets later. Fuck yeah. Yeah, upgraded to 3%, baby. Hell yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, that'll give us, if we could hit, if we could get Buffalo in early and Chicago in early, that'll give us 7%, 7 units on Cowboys at 2.5. Get that shit bet up to 8, 8.5. Get it up to 9. Hell yeah, we're taking Jets plus 9, 3 or 4 units, trying to hit both. Doing this to make money. We do this for money. That's why we bet, for profit. I'm not doing it for internet clout, to sell picks, to brag about a record, to put out 3-0s and 4-0s and be down for the year. I want to grind and trade and actually be up when all the dust settles, just like we're doing. Good stuff today. Good stuff. Like I said, I can't wait till all we need is more data. I just don't have data yet to share with you guys. Once we have 4 games in the books, that's more than enough data for me to start sharing some of my reasonings and thinking on how I break down NFL games. Right now, like I told you, it's all network, price action, as I'm sharing with you guys, mean reversion, which you guys know I look for overreactions. What else do we have here? Keep going, baby. Keep betting. And we don't have any, obviously, the analytics or the momentum. It's too early for that yet. But I want you to stick around because right now, here's what we're doing. Everybody's watching that first. Hey, if you can too, you can too. Me, I'm going to go over to 4 o'clocks real quickly. We're going to go over to 4 o'clocks because then I'm going to jump into a little baseball and see if there's anything left there. I like that we got 2 plays in. But again, I'll get on it. Once the playoffs baseball come, it's not the every day grind of so many games. It'll be easier for us. But right now, again, I'm just being honest. I just don't have the time to where last night or early this morning, I could have been prepped with all my baseball too. So you have MMA, so much college football yesterday, all the NFL. There's just a lot. And I could only make so many trades, and I'm only looking to make good ones. So let me see if you guys got any questions. Yeah, Dave, if you asked about the Steelers, again, if you could get minus 110, use them in a teaser. If you're laying 120 on teasers, which is what I'm using for subscribers, I wouldn't. It's negative EV. That's why I'll place it for myself, but I won't send it out to subscribers because I'd be sending you a negative EV bet. I'm not going to do that knowingly. I'm sure I have unknowingly. We've all made mistakes, but knowingly, I'm not going to send you a bet that I know is negative EV. And right now, those 2.5s at minus 120 are putting us at negative EV. Mikey, you have the best day, my man. You have the best day. God bless. Cash some tickets. We ain't going nowhere. We'll be here next week. And I think we need to bump it up another day because I need time to also share some experiences, some knowledge, and teach some things and not just go over games and picks coming in, especially in a day where it's not, again, it's early in the season. We don't have that much data to break down games correctly. All right, let's go. Next up, there's no time to waste. There's damage to be done. All right, where are we next? We left off Giants Cardinals. Now, you already know that we have 2-way sharp action on the Giants and the Cardinals because you watched the video on my Twitter. So you know that already. With these 2 0-1 teams. I guess Arizona played that close game with Washington last week. Giants got annihilated, embarrassed on TV by the Dallas Cowboys, and most expect the bounce back. That's why you're looking at the Giants favored. They actually caught some early steam at -4, at 4.5. I bet Arizona for another group. So be cautious with that. We're going to look at the total because that's where I had a lean. I did that by accident. All done. And I really thought the total was going to be undervalued, too low. Undervalued, it's not a sign. Based off the performances of both teams offensively, they looked horrific. Like they just didn't know what they were doing. But as you saw, this over's gotten steam. It's up to 45 from 43 at most places. Penny even went to 46 and juicing the under. That's the problem, that a lot of that value got extracted immediately because there was guys like myself waiting for that exact thing, an overreaction. And two offenses that look terrible, that's usually going to happen. And that is exactly what did happen. And you saw some over money. So we're going to look at a derivative. We're going to look to bet it a different way. And I think the best way we could bet this right now is by betting the first half over. Here's why. Because when I moved that steam play for the game, I also hit that over for them at 22.5. And now there's 22.5s out there, like at DraftKings and stuff, but I'm going to put it out at 23. Hopefully you get 22.5s, because again, I see other 22.5s on my screen. If you could get 22.5, because 23 is one of those chances, 13-10 score, it lands 23. I'm going to give it out at 23 even money, because the over 23 is even money. But I'm betting 22.5 over, just so you know. So if it lands 23, I'm winning some money. We don't get credit for it on our units, but I'm winning some money. And I hope you do the same. And because it wasn't like the move wasn't at 21, where now I'd have to rethink it, it's that 21.5. And very few first half scores are at 22. It's hard to get to a 22. And that's why, again, getting to the 23, I'm comfortable. Now, obviously, 23.5, 24 would change everything. But we're going to go over. We are going to go over in the first half. Let me send that out as we speak. A 3% play. Rams, 49ers. Total, even money. Game. 281. Going to go over 23, 22.5, plus 100, even money. We're going to lay juice at over 22.5. San Fran, LA Rams. First half only, because we lost the value on the game, but we got to get creative as a trader. Got to look elsewhere. Because for us, it ain't about the game. It's about finding a number, finding a trade. How do I get my money in good? Get my money in good. Keep getting it in good. We're not retail. That's the goal. Don't be retail. We're wholesale. We look for wholesale prices and we lock them in. Just like that. San Fran. Rams. Over. All right. Now I got to bet it. Let's see who's going to give me the best number. Come on, fuckheads. I got you. I got you this week. I lost a few weeks in a row, fuckers. You're paying me this week. Have my money on Wednesday. Pay me by Wednesday. I pay by Tuesday. No lie. Make sure they get paid bright and early. Bright and early when I lose. I don't even want to wait. Take it, go. I'm on to the next one. All right, here, so you see, this is what you should be doing. Here's what I'm going to show you guys. You ready? The hell? Sorry, ready? Here we go. I'm going to go straight. Now, here's exactly what you should be doing. It's this stupid thing I need to move. You should be shopping like this. Who has the best number? First half, oh, look, he's got 23 over minus 05. What about this guy? What's he got? Oh, wait, he's got 22.5. Yes, he's got 22.5 at minus 110. All right, my limit's only a dime here. I'm going to give him 1,000 at over 22.5. Even at 110, wow. It's not 120s, not 130s. Let's go to the next guy. What's he got? He's got 23. We'll let him go. What about this guy? He's got 23 too. See, that's the thing you should be shopping. See, I found that 22.5. Now, most of 23, but by shopping, you find those better numbers, those 22.5s, that 22, that off. If I didn't have more books to shop at, what do? Like, I'm out of luck. You know what I mean? Like, I'm taking what they give me, a worse. Now, it lands 23, I win instead of pushing. That makes such a difference when you bet every day and you're betting volume and it's over and over and over again. A push here instead of a loss, a win here instead of a loss, a push, and like that starts to add up. So, all right, we got our over 23. We have we have San Francisco at -2 to pick up 4 units, correct? So we have 4 units pending on San Francisco -2.5. What does that mean? That means we have an opportunity, if we like, to bet the Rams side. And we could bet the Rams at +7.5. Or we could search around and see if there's a half point we could get at a discount. Get it up to 8. That's what we need to be looking for. Those kind of discounts. And maybe hit a middle there. Look, it's a low, well, it's opened as a low total, 42, 43. Now it got bet up that at 45, 46, and we actually bet the first half over. So we're expecting more points. That's not as good for a middle because we're hoping for a lower scoring. Well, actually for a middle, it could be a higher scoring tight game, but we'd be hoping for a tight game. Now, we may not do it. I'm keeping that on the back burner. And what's going to decide is their sharp money coming in against us, meaning on the Rams. So is the sharp side the Rams? Because again, the teaser was just because the number was there. We bet a teaser because it was plus EV with San Francisco down to -1. Not because I like San Francisco. I could give 2 shits about San Francisco. At -7, 7.5, doesn't matter to me. What mattered to me was that at -1, 1.5, it was a plus EV bet. That's why we placed it. Now, though, it's Sunday, and we have to determine maybe the Rams at +7.5 are plus EV. If that's the case, we're betting them because that's the job. Just keep placing plus EV bets over and over and over again. Don't fall in love with any one team, with any one game, with any one play. Move it, hit it, off to the next one. Move it, bet it, off to the next one. That's it. Like, keep getting into that habit. So what am I doing? I put my little note here, keep my eye open for later, because we may have, that's what I'm doing, possibility on a middle. I could possibly middle with the Rams side. So of course, I want to remind myself that I have 4%. For me, that's a dime. I mean, 4 dimes. What am I saying? A dime. I've got 4 dimes on San Francisco at -1, I believe. Let me see. What do I have San Francisco? -2, because they were at 8. So I got San Francisco -2 for 4 dimes. I could put 2 dimes now on the Rams +7.5. I could put 4 dimes on the Rams +7.5. And now I could sit back, not even care. I'm going to lose some juice, a couple $100, $800 worth of juice, or I'm going to win $8,000. That's a good risk reward. 800 for 8,000. It's a 10-to-1 risk reward. Not bad. That's how you set yourself up to place good bets. Good risk reward. And we did that by having San Francisco as that final leg from the Eagles on Thursday night. Again, we're looking ahead. We're constantly playing 3D chess and looking moves ahead. How are we going to cash down the road? Everyone wants instant gratification. Take the pill, lose 50 pounds, get the 6-pack. Doesn't work. Instead, got to diet, got to run, can't eat this. That's the hard work that it comes. You want to get somewhere. Here, your goal is to become the 1%, less than 1% that actually makes money betting sports. And we've done that. 7 of 8 years. We're doing it again this year. Something that very hard to do. We're doing this. Just keep managing risk correctly. And you're doing this. Not me, us. You're doing this. You are doing this. You're beating the books. That's a beautiful thing. All right. I get so excited. You can tell I love my job. All right. Next up. I told you two-way action, Giants Cardinals, right? Giants Cardinals two-way action. I have a lean on the over. That's my own lean. I like that over a little bit. I expect some point, obviously a little mean reversion to that is the reason. But haven't got any kind of confirmation, not enough data to really support it. Instead, it's like we're mostly going off of the mean reversion. All right. So let's move on to Jets, Cowboys. Jets, Cowboys. This is exactly what we want to do. We want to have as much exposure on Dallas as possible so we could try to middle that game, try to hit both sides of that game. That's my goal for that game. It really is, because I can tell you the under is, I knew from before, was the sharp side. The unders steamed the hell out of it. That's why we're looking at 38 and a half from 41s. So there's a lot of steam on that under. I agree with that under. In fact, the move sent out was at 39. So the betting syndicates not only got down at 41, they got down as low as 39. So they expect a low scoring game. If we could have -2 and +8, 8.5 in a low scoring game, oh boy, we're going for the score. Listen, if I break even, fuck it, it sucks. Right now, of course, I want to win some units, and it makes me look good to say I'm up 200 units now instead of 150. Sure, I want to do that too. But what's most important is trying to maximize our return. And there's an opportunity. So we need the Bills, who are behind right now. I saw that score. Don't worry. I see out of the corner of my eye. I'm checking lines. So I see the Bills are behind. It's early. Relax. That's why we didn't lay the points with the Bills. That's why we took them just to win the game. Now, again, I am worried because it's a must win at home. All the pressure's on, blah, blah, blah. So obviously, I'd rather them be up 7-0, but we can't control how the game's going to play out. So keep that on your radar. The under, ton of sharp money on the under in Dallas. If we get an opportunity to sneak in there, if they bump this back up, because they can see some late public money come in, not too many afternoon games, we may get an opportunity to get back in there and take a little under as well, because I agree with that. I think you're going to see a lower scoring game than that 41 opener reflected. And as much as I like the Cowboys to get the win at home, I think Jets will get this cover without Rodgers. I like it. All we need is to have exposure and risk on the Dallas Cowboys. Let's hope right now we have an opportunity, a possibility to have 7 units on the Dallas Cowboys, right? 1 with the Bears and 1 with the Buffalo Bills. So hopefully we get there. Next, Broncos, Commanders. What do I have? Broncos, Commander. I know I like Denver. Early, I had Denver. My power ratings had Denver. Yeah, I have Denver power rated as a 4-point favorite. Yeah, it's where they sit now, 4-point favorite. 3.5, obviously didn't have enough conviction to bet them. Another under that got steamed, low scoring game. That's where it gets a little nervous, laying more than a field goal. If we bet Denver, we're betting money line. That's for damn sure. At less than 2-1. or they win the game 2 out of 3 times, and is the break even at less than 200. So if I look around and I see minus 180s, 185s, if I'm going to bet Denver, that's how I'm going to do it. Because I do like their home field advantage. I do like them in this spot, power rated wise, to win by greater than that field goal, which is a key number. A lot sets up nicely. The only problem is the spread becomes the great equalizer. And at 4, with so much steam on the under, it's just there's divergence there. Like, how could I want Denver to blow them out and have it stay under? Those two things kind of, I mean, I guess you could shut them down and do it that way. You know, again, what else we got here? What else we got? Denver. Yeah, so keep that on the radar. No, Denver's on my radar for a possible bet on Denver. And then we go to the Dolphins and the Patriots. Dolphins and the Patriots. Here's what I can tell you. There's some Patriots steam at 3. That was the number they were looking for. It was gone. Any 3 that popped up went away quickly. It popped up on Bet Online on the 13th, hung around till the 14th. On the 15th, it was gone. I believe same thing here in Vegas. On the 13th, it was at 3. On the 15th, it went to 2.5. So you had about 2 days if you were going to get the +3 on the New England Patriots. So that puts us in the position of what do we do? Because I lean the Patriots side as well. I like the Patriots. I think they're the right side. Let me see something here. Let me show you my power rated. Yeah, I have the Dolphins as pick 'em in this game. So barely should even be favored on the road. But we can't find the 3. So we'll see when the betting public gets involved. If they bet that Miami side and we find some 3s out there. Otherwise, we will look at a possible teaser. We will look at derivatives. There's always first halves. There's always first quarters. I like those bets. Again, I don't have to sell picks, so I could actually give you trades that are the most advantageous. Because if you sell a package and you put a first quarter play in there only, you're going to get customer service nonsense. So again, thank you for making my job what it should be, and that's giving you guys winning trades. So yeah, obviously, you know, I like the reversion. There's a lot to like here. New England at home. The hype train behind the Dolphins. Getting that win last week. Now they're on the road again, dude. That's not an easy thing to do. You know, that's asking a lot from a team. You have to play the Chargers on the road. Now you have another road game, back-to-back road games. Not ideal. So yeah, I like New England. Just letting you know now. It's just a matter of how we're going to bet them. That's the only thing I'm waiting to figure out. Otherwise, let's move on quickly. Monday night. Again, a lot will happen between tonight and tomorrow because the Sunday night game and the Monday night game are the most affected by public money because they're the most heavily bet games. People that are behind look to catch up. People that are ahead look to double up. And because of that, they affect the betting line. So we may see some movements here. I'll tell you right now, the size that I'm looking at is obvious. I believe we already have the over on Monday Night Football, Saints Panthers. I like that over. I like the under in the Browns game. So I like the over in the early game, under in the later game. I like the Panthers at +3. I'm just waiting to see. Maybe we get a little higher than that, but I like the Panthers side. for sure. As far as based off my power rating, just going to have to wait for more information and more confirmation. I'm not going to send 1% plays unless it's just too good to let go. Kind of like that round total I gave yesterday. I know it lost, but it shouldn't have been plus 330 or 3 whatever. Those are just, I'm not going to let them go. If it's a 1% play, that's just too good to pass up. It's coming, but not if it's just like confirmation from a network. That doesn't make anything strong enough. So you have that. I'm going to make one more run through these plays, see if anything came in, because I do want to get to baseball. I will be looking through for the later games. Again, we have a lot of shit to get through. We have an entire year ahead with one goal only. How much money can we be up when December 31st rolls around? Is this a later one? Oh, Derrick Henry, that's early, right? Yeah, see, here's what happens. Minutes, right? 8 minutes before kickoff, 8 minutes before kickoff, there was 2 final props. Tyler Lockett under 56.5 receiving yards. Derrick Henry under 14.5 receiving yards. Tyler Lockett 56.5 under. Derrick Henry 14.5 under. Again, those things come in, they fly in all over the time, all over the place. Whew, now you know what we got going into today. When the dust settles, hopefully we pick up some units, whether it's because we had the middle, had the hedge, had to put in a teaser. Again, the goal is trade, get some winning days under us, get some winning weeks under us, get some winning months under us. Next thing you know, you look down and you're, wow, I had another winning year. Now, how am I going to set up myself up for next year? Because on December 31st, January 1st morning, that's the question you're going to have to answer. What did I make last year if I made anything? What am I going to do with that money? Do I add it to my bankroll so that my bet size increases, or do I invest that money elsewhere? And then we're going to rinse, repeat, and do it again for 365 days. Ask that question again. Do I invest, or do I put it back in my bankroll? We're going to just keep doing that. And in the prop mind time, I'm going to share as much information as I can, as much experience and knowledge as I can. And I'm actually finding more and more winning bettors that are asking me to get down for them. So all we're doing is going to be getting more and more info, not less and less. It's only going to get stronger and stronger as we go forward. So let me check for any last questions before we log off. We went a long 2.5 hours today. Yeah, it looks like we are good. Okay. Steam, does that mean sharp money? Steam, yes. Steam, exactly. Steam is when a game gets steamed, the line gets steamed, it means it was forced, it was moved by sharp monies behind it. Like that number got steamed, that means it wasn't the public that pushed it up, it was sharp money that pushed it up. Keep in mind though, there's some different reasons on why a betting syndicate may move on a game. It may be a legitimate position that they think they're getting a great number on and they want to get ahead of the market, but it could also be a setup for coming back later on the other side when the limits are higher at an even better number. So there's steam, but you don't want to blindly piggyback it because there's a ton of it. And as you can see, any game you pull up, the line has moved. So, and you know, we could, oh, the sharp's on this way, that way. There's a lot going on, but primarily when you hear me say, at least that line got steamed, this game got steamed, this side got steamed, it means that it was sharp money that forced that line move, not public money. Great question, James. Why do, in the past about off screen, why do groups like to do things off screen? It's so, you see how I'm trying to get down? Okay, when someone sends me a play, okay, my MMA guy will say, hey, he actually did this morning. One of my MMA guys said, exact words, I swear to you, says, can you take best price on Bryce Mitchell, Saturday night, off screen if possible, okay? Here's why he said that. Because it's not just me moving for him, it's other guys moving for him. So let's say this particular group wants to get $100,000 down on Bryce Mitchell, okay? I give them, I may only give them 5 dimes. Maybe I give them 10 dimes, maybe I give them 1 dime. Everyone's giving them something different. So let's say I give them 10 dimes. Okay, they want me to get, my limit with them is 10,000. I give you 10,000 a game. So they're going to give me Bryce Mitchell for 10,000. Remember, they want to get 100,000 down. So now they got to go to 10 different Giannis, probably 20 different Giannis, because not everyone could get 10,000. Some guys get 1,000 down, 500 down, 2,000 down, 5,000 down. But if he gives it to me, since the guys that could get down the most get it first. That's how this works. So someone that could get down 10,000 is getting it first. If he's giving it to me first, if I bet it on the screen, which my account is flagged as sharp, as soon as I bet it and lay Bryce Mitchell minus 180, what did I bet him at? I'll tell you what I laid for him too even. What did I get him at for him? I got him Bryce Mitchell minus 150. Okay, as soon as I bet, if I bet on an on-screen shop that has my account labeled as sharp, as soon as I bet Mitchell minus 150, they're going to move it to minus 155, 160 on the screen. And when the other books look at their screen and see that Pinnacle moved to 160 or Bet Online moved to 160, Circa moved to 160, they're going to rush to move to 160 as well, even though they haven't taken a bet, so they can stop others from getting that same minus 150 that is obviously a good bet. So that's why moving off screen helps keep the line stable. That's the art. See, anyone could get down in the beginning. Like even if you're just anyone off the street, you could come in and you could start betting the limits. But once they realize that you're positive EV, that starts to change. And your account gets flagged and you're either limited or they use your account to adjust their lines. And again, if I bet on screen, the screen's going to light up. And that's why I get asked a lot, listen, if you could move this one off screen so that we could get more money down without the market changing. That's where the art comes in. Because again, anyone could get a bet down, but can you get $100,000 down without anyone knowing, without the market realizing it, without the betting line moving but a half a point, or the money line on baseball going from minus 110 to minus 113? That's fine. But if you get down 100,000 through a labeled sharp account, it's going from 110 to minus 125, minus 130. No one could get down. That's it. You got 10 grand and that's all you got down. So that's the difference between going on screen and going off screen. And the off screen folks are those credit shops, the bookies that we all know around the world and in different cities, different countries, that they give you an online account with credit, 5,000 limit, 10,000 limit, you know, $100 per game, 500 a game, 1,000 a game. Those are all off screen. They're not, when you look at the Wager Talk odds screen, none of those books exist. Instead, you see Circa, Pinnacle, Chris, Bet Online, Bookmaker, those big shops. And those big shops, if they adjust the line, the little shops are going to copy it. So we are told, don't bet into the big shop. Don't let anyone know. Bet this through the little shops so no one knows what we're on and we could get enough down. And that's why you got to be careful, because a lot of time the screen is used to manipulate. Meaning, Gianni, can you move this line? Can you get this line moving in that direction for us? Absolutely. Can you give me about $2,000 cushion and I'll get that line wherever the fuck you want to get it to? It's pretty much how it works. So that's what the difference between going on screen and going off screen. Why do they care if they get down? I'm not sure the question, James, about why do they care if they get down? If who gets down and who's they? Who are the two theys? Sorry. Okay, good. Thank you. Glad I answered it. Yeah, that's all it is. And again, that's the difficulty, because you have to remember, I know everyone in social media and gambling Twitter wins, but that's just not the case in the real world. Our favorite influencers have negative lifetime earnings, I promise you. Our favorite sports betting influencers are down lifetime. They're down this year. They're down over the last few years. Yes, that's just the truth of it. So the few people that do win, these books do not like. You've seen my Twitter. Look what they do to me playing blackjack. You think it's going to be any different in sports? That they're just going to let you go in there and take their money? It's just not how it works. Unfortunately, it's the one business where the casino has the right to say, nope, we don't want it. We don't want it. No, nowhere else can you really do that. Like you can't walk. If I go into the supermarket, they can't tell me you can't buy this. You know, he can buy it, but you can't. This guy, well, we're going to let him buy milk, but you can't buy milk. We think you're a little too smart to buy milk. This dummy, he could buy all the milk he wants. In fact, we'll even carry it to the car for him. But you, no, sir. No, fuck that. For all we care, you could die of thirst. There's no milk for you, brother. Get out of the fucking store. That's what happens when you win. And again, that's the difficulty of being a professional sports bettor. That once you master the psychology of it to where you manage risk correctly and nothing phases you, you're part of the way there. You're more than halfway there. And then if you have winning information, you're 3/4 of the way there. That's even less important than the mental part. See how I did that? 50% of it's all psychology. Are you a trader? Are you able to trade mentally? Can you deal with it? Are you built for it? Are you cut out for it? 25% is, do I have information that's plus EV, or am I capable of uncovering plus EV positions? One of the two. Either you have a source of information that is capable, or you're capable, and you're 75% of the way there. The final 25% is going to be your ability to get bets down and get paid. Because again, getting them down off screen also means you're running the risk of now dealing with bookies, not with a casino. And a bookie could tell you, go fuck yourself. What's your recourse? Wait, but you owe me $22,000. I owe you what? I don't know who the fuck you are. I never heard of your voice before in my life. I never met you before in my life. What the fuck are you talking about, 22,000? You owe me 22,000. How's that? Click. That's all the bookie has to do. What's my recourse? What are you going to do? Kill everybody? What are you going to do? There's no recourse. Ruin his reputation? You think he gives a fuck? That's the problem. Where, again, it's that last 25% that no one really talks about because no one wins. If people really won, this would be the discussion on Twitter. It wouldn't be about like passing yards and shit, like stats that are irrelevant as far as being predictive. It would be more about, yo, you see this book? They're not flagging people. You could still get down. Or you see this one, they're minus 105. I have a minus 105 out right now. I could get down 2,000 a play on. 2,000 I could get down at minus 105. Any side right now, any side I could get down, any side or total at minus 105. That's half the house edge of minus 110. How the break even at minus 110 is 4.5%. The break even for me at minus 105 is half of that. I only have to overcome half that edge to be profitable. That's the stuff that matters. That's what we should be talking about on gambling Twitter. How do you get a book to give you 105? How do you get a rebate off losses? How do you get down to 103 or even 108 to save that 2 cents vig? Now what's my break even? Those are the things that actually matter, that'll differentiate whether you're actually profitable or whether you just talk about sports betting. Again, there's a lot of people that talk about sports betting. It's a huge industry. Winning sports bettors is a tiny industry, minuscule. You almost can't see it. It almost doesn't exist, to be honest with you. We all talk about it. The line moves and the sharp money. It's so small. You almost don't see it. They're that little. The people that are actually doing this and moving the numbers and winning, that cat and mouse game between them and the books is going on all day, every day, and casual bettors have no idea. that this war is constantly being battled and being fought. 24 hours. They're going to kiosks to get in. Dude, I got guys that go down to the kiosks at night to get soccer plays in. Like, I don't even know why I'm sharing all this shit. Anyway, that's how hard it is when you do win to get down. So yeah, again, please try to eliminate the noise, the nonsense, the bullshit, the stuff that's trying to trigger you emotionally, and make sure they're triggering your reasonable brain. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to get an emotional response from you, because that would be like, buy. Yay, get my 1 year. Yay. I'm not trying to trigger emotion. I'm trying to trigger a reasonable response, because I only want to work with people that actually can do this with me. I'm not out to take anybody's money. I could sell picks and do that. If I just want sports bettors' money, all I have to do is sell a 5% play today. I'm up the last 7 days. That's all that matters in this sports betting world. All I have to do is put that on my fucking ad copy. Up the last 7 days. I'd probably sell 50 packages today without promoting or anything like that. That's not bad. I mean, it's not great money, but even at $30 a package, 50 bucks, I mean, 50 on $1,500. It's good money, right? That's not great. That's not, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna buy no Island or Bugatti, but fuck, that's good money, $1,500. But yeah, I thank God, you know, I don't have to do that. I ain't got to do that shit. And again, doing the right thing does pay off. Takes a lot longer to get paid off, for it to pay off, but it eventually does. What does PK acronym mean? Pick. It's a pick. That's all. That there is no point spread. That it's zero. That it's whether you take team A or team B, you get 0 points. That's all it means. It's -110 either way with 0 points. That's all the pick means. I'm going to count down, see if there's any more questions, because again, I want to get to this baseball. Obviously, now I missed. Oh, we have a Dodgers Seattle under 8.5 -120. Dodgers Seattle under 8.5 -120. I just want to see if that was from earlier too, because that would mean double confirmation. Oh, we do. Hold on. Under 8.5. Yeah, under. All right, guys that stuck around, just got to play. It is double confirmation. Let me just see something real quick. Yeah, Dodgers Seattle. Where's that 8? Let me see something. I think we're going to go under 8. Let's see something. LED Seattle. Come on. Yeah. LED Seattle. Under game 930. Just a 3% play. Just 3% play. Still EV. We still got EV there. Again, at 8.5, it would have been a 4% play. That's why we're cutting it down to 3. We'll go to 120. Hopefully you get a better number. Under 8. LAD. Seattle. 3% play. Boom. All right. Wow. We got 3 baseball bets in today. Didn't even expect that. I'm happy. I like it. All right. I'm going to hold on. We're going way long, but at least we got our money's worth. But what we really have to do is add a weekday or a Saturday. Again, I'm here for you, so it's on you guys. I think I'm just going to schedule it, and whoever can make it is going to make it. Whoever can't make it, that's cool. No big deal, you know. No harm. Just get this in. Like I said, see, I don't lie to you guys, man. Tell you the truth. I give it to you before I fucking even bet it, because I want to make sure you guys get the number. This matters to me so much that on December 31st, you're up money. Every December 31st. You got to guy going to war for you. running over this shit to win. All right, minus 15. Yeah, minus 15. Guys should be able to get 15. I'm getting 15. But I agree. I try to be fair and even give myself the worst of it, so no one says, "Oh, he got a worse. I can't get that number." You can't get 120. All right, we got that in there. All right, let me go through. I think we are done. Check one more thing. Any more plays? Yeah. Probably within the next 60 minutes, if there's any baseball, you will be getting it. Otherwise, about the half hour leading up to the afternoon kickoffs, be alert, because that's where any stuff will come in. And then again, the 30 minutes leading up to the Sunday night game. And your goal, if you're, keep your mind open to possible plays coming in, 30 minutes before, right when we get off for the next hour baseball, and then 30 minutes before the kickoff to the later games, and 30 minutes to kick off for the Sunday night game. And then we're off to another week. Hopefully when the dust settles today, we come out a little bit ahead. I'll be happy because it'll be a positive day. More importantly, another positive week, and just start moving back up. That's it. Get the 200 units, get the 250, get the 300, 350, 400, get as much as we can, and then do it all over again. Thanks again for all your support. Best of luck the rest of the day, rest of the week. God bless you, your families. Enjoy your day. Again, enjoy your week. Just keep doing the right thing. Manage risk correctly, whether we're running hot or cold, and you're going to turn a profit. And there's nothing your book can do about it. Just like they can't stop you if you know how to beat them in blackjack, they can't stop you at fucking sports either. They can make it hard on us, but they can't stop us. God bless. Have a great day.